Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Oh,
Checky.
I guess it's good. It's good this time.
Checky.
Good morning, Sam. How you doing today?
Good morning. Could be better. Not real happy.
Not 100% today. I feel I'm a little extra tired these days. It's been piling up all my tiredness.
Yeah, no, just very discouraged. I told you I didn't do my taxes, right?
Oh,
Because it came out to like $6,000 that Laura and I owed, and I was like, we decided to hold off and get like a professional opinion. So we finally got time to do it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Portchester,
Okay.
accounting place in Portchester. So after an hour there, he says, okay, so federal, you owe $6,500. And
More than what you were supposed to?
right, yeah, but there's interest because we didn't pay, blah, blah, blah. So I was fine with that, It's like, it is what it is, right? We got to get it paid. And then he comes with, it's state, New York State, you guys owe $5,000. I was like,
How the fuck?
in Connecticut, you owe $1,200. So get the fuck out of here,
How the
man.
fuck
$12,000? How the fuck you want me to come cough up $12,000?
How you own in New York?
He said because we were like half resident in 2022. That is so fucking bullshit, man. I'm so done. I'm ready to, I don't know, man. Like, if you're financial literate and you're listening to this and you want to be my mentor, please teach me. I'm so done with this shit, bro. How do you pay taxes? They take taxes off my taxes.
Taxes of the food.
Well, and then come at the end of the year, you want me to cough up $12,000? Get the fuck out of here, man. That's disgusting. It's just criminal.
Damn, that hurts, man. Mostly, after you pay, every check you earn, you pay taxes. You go buy food, you pay taxes.
Yeah.
Everything else you buy, so you get double tax. Let's be honest in this earth. Yeah. And then at the end of the year, you have to pay taxes again. So it's triple tax. Yeah. That's why nobody can move up.
Instead of those $12,000, I'd rather like pay that $10,000 for that course. I don't want to name any names because I don't want to get in trouble or anything. But that gentleman I told you was like $10,000 for the course, and he teaches you financial literacy and
how to get ahead.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm just so tired of this, man. Very discouraged.
That's a lot of money in one shot.
Yeah, but I got that off my chest. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing good. Just lately I've been thinking about time and how time is the most valuable asset I have, you have, everybody has. Yeah. And I'm trading it for paper, for dollars, and it's making me very unhappy. Lately, that's my mindset. I'm like, I'm giving up something I cannot ever get back. Yeah. For dollars. And dollars, I can fucking make a pile of dollars and burn it into dust. It means nothing. It's just paper that we have given a value, and it's bothering me. Right. Honestly, that's what's been in my mind this week. Yeah. I need to do something. That's pretty much it. It's like one more time.
Well, what's the alternative though?
That
with financial freedom, I think it comes time.
Yeah, and sacrifices too. So I gotta see what I'm willing to give, because right now I'm trading my time for money. So
ideally, I don't think that's a fair exchange.
No. You get home tired. You don't think. You don't want to do anything. So that's why this is enslavement in the new society. Time. Do you give time? With no time, you don't have time to think.
Exactly, bro. It's modern day slavery. You hit that right in the nail. Because if you think about it, right, you're probably not in the same position I am as far as owing so much money to these fucking crooks. But you work the whole year. Then let's say the money they give you, I feel like, is just borrowed. right? Let's say, yeah, let's paint it, uh, paint it nice and say you're making $100,000 a year, when you're actually taking home what maybe $60,000,
Mm-hmm.
and then your money is being devalued because of inflation. So in reality,
You're
um,
taking 40,000.
and then at the end of the year, it's like, hey, you still owe us. Well, file jointly with my wife, so let's say it's $6,000 each. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you still owe us $6,000. So reality,
You're making
what
30.
did I make? I made $36,000.
And given your time, precious time, you never get back.
It's
You
modern
never
day
get back.
slavery, bro. And with those $36,000, you're only paying bills. Right? You
Mm-hmm.
got mortgage to pay. You got car payment to pay. You got to feed yourself.
You know what bothers me too, and a lot of people don't realize it, right? It's just, well, that's a big deal that we're giving over time.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really realizes it, right?
Yep.
People just look at the straight line; they don't see the whole outside of the box. So I talked to somebody. Oh, but you got a good job. What else you want? I'm like, what the fuck?
One more.
I
One
won't.
more.
Yeah, exactly. I want to live life. I'm not living.
Yeah.
I can't even go have a fucking lunch with the people I want because my time is so
Yeah.
pretty much during the week. It's just all I do is work. I
Yeah.
don't really have really free time. Then weekends I gotta fill everything up, and it's
Right.
stressful.
Yeah.
You gotta see, oh, who can I go see? Who I have time for? What can I do?
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah. And that's not a life. That's
No.
that's like that book, 1984 or something like that.
Yeah. George Orwell.
Yeah.
Orwell.
That book's scary, man. I read half of it, and it feels that's our future.
Yeah. Another book I think might be interesting is the book I shared with you, The Fourth Turning.
Oh, I gotta
Don't know
look
who the
into.
author is, but it's pretty much it breaks down. Um, there's like there's four comings. Pretty much half of it is good, the other half is not. I think I forget what the name of the first turning is. The second coming is like awakening. The third one, I forget. The fourth one is where we are right now. So they say it's like history tends to repeat itself in cycles of 80 years. So like right now, if you were to go 80 years back, you have World War II. If you were to go 80 years back, it would be another kind of war. And 80 years back would be another kind of war. 80 years back would be the Civil Revolution.
What about World War One? Where does it fit? Because World War One and World War Two was between a couple of years, not really. 20
Yeah.
years, 10 years, whatever it was.
It's a good question. I'm assuming it's probably in the third turning.
Because if you think about it, World War One and World War Two were back to back. And then we
Yeah.
had the Cold War. It
Mhm.
wasn't really a war. It was just political. It was just
Right.
strategic. It was like playing chess.
Yeah.
So then you had little wars here and there, but nothing big, nothing major like
Yeah.
it has happened. Because when Napoleon was around, it was his wars.
Yeah.
So I think all of that counts as one.
I don't know. It's a good question.
Because each empire, when they've been around, from look at the Roman Empire, they were in war all the time. That's what made them great. I think what made them go down, and I gotta research and everything, was peace.
Right.
Peace is, remember, like in that movie Batman when we went to watch it, that what's the quote that Bane said, that if you really pay attention, it's very very deep. That success has made him weak or something like that. Actually, being winning actually made him a failure when he breaks his back, and it's true. Every great empire is great until there comes that point that they're the number one. That's when they start falling apart.
Yeah, there's the wolf climbing the hill is hungrier than the wolf that's already at the top.
Exactly.
It's always like that. But like you said, every empire will fall, must fall.
That's from the Bible, bro.
But going back to the book, I think so the 80 periods where history tends to repeat itself, it's pretty much the 80 years of United States. Because I think if you do 80 years worldwide, I don't know if that works. But check that video out.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it.
It's pretty interesting.
It's always good to keep your mind open to different things. Well,
Yeah.
not everything though. So let me just point that out, please, guys. Not everything. Some sort of information you're always good to intake and try to understand it, try to make the best out of it, and it makes sense. There's some stuff that they want to feed you in the media that doesn't make sense, and you know it. It seems just like it's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff like seems crazy. You start like thinking about it or doing a little research, and it doesn't really feels crazy. Like they
Yeah.
call it conspiracy theories, a lot of stuff, but it's not really. If you pay attention, a lot of the conspiracy theories have become real.
Well, no, nowadays, if you question anything,
You're
if you go
conspiracies.
against the narrative, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, but
They don't want you questioning things.
through history, every crazy person has been right at the end of all this stuff.
I wouldn't say every crazy person,
Well,
but yeah, I mean,
well, a lot of people have been labeled as crazy. Look at Einstein. His ideas were not there. Supposedly, some people thought it was impossible. A lot of stuff.
yeah,
Edison, I don't know. There's a lot of rumors he stole ideas from other people.
yeah,
Tesla was one of the people nobody recognized. His ideas are even above our time period. Then if we
yeah.
go
But
back.
I don't want to say everybody because then you put Hitler in that group.
Oh no
you
no. Well,
The King Leopold or
what
whatever
was that?
he massacred millions of Africans.
Oh, I didn't know that. So in ideas, right? A lot of ideas that don't make sense at the time might not be so out of there. And I mean it. Don't mean in crazy ideas like race and stuff like that. I mean just information. Look at what was the Greek those Greek people that they help shape society nowadays with their books. Aristotle.
Aristotle?
Yeah, all like I forgot their names. I don't know how to pronounce. But their quotes, bro, they live through history.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with if something doesn't make sense to you, there's nothing wrong with questioning it.
Yeah.
And it seems like nowadays you're penalized for doing so.
Yeah, even in Instagram, Facebook, they ban you if you have legitimate questions about things that don't make sense, or if you have spoke your mind.
Yeah.
There's some stuff I think they're very extreme that I understand it shouldn't be allowed on the internet, but they allow things that shouldn't be allowed on the internet now. And I'm gonna give you a good example of how messed up I think society is. Right, their Instagram allows post on Facebook about what do you call it? What's this? When they're between siblings relationships.
Incest?
Yeah, incest, right? But if you give your opinion about a legitimate topic going on right now, they take it down. They frame you as hate speech. How can that be if one is destroying society, the other one is your opinion? Or if you think, or they label you misinformation. We've seen a lot of things. We heard a lot of things of what was gonna happen with COVID, and it became true. But if you give your information,
it's like up to the longest time, it's like you weren't. They didn't give you the opportunity to say anything about COVID.
Yeah.
And it's turning out to be true. That.
Oh, that's mine.
Interruption.
Oh, damn. All right, let's start recording again.
Part of it.
Huh? Part of it cut off.
Yeah, so like I was saying, up to a certain point, you weren't allowed to question or even talk about COVID.
No, that's
and the
scary.
fact that you weren't able to talk about it makes you raise even more questions. Because why don't they want us talking about this? So, and if you just agree with them, it's like, all right, okay, I won't talk about it. And you're very easily manipulated.
And the scary part.
Perfect kind of human beings that they want. Just work, pay your goddamn taxes and procreate.
And well, not even because there's this conspiracy theory, yeah, and I think it's gonna be true, right? Supposedly, and this one, I don't know where I heard it, but through the years, it's been making sense. I heard it, I think, in 2009 when I was in high school. Their plan, right, is to make humans not being able to procreate. So after you're gonna have to pay a lab so they to be able to have a kid. They're gonna put it like in the Matrix in a little capsule like that. And we already see Germany has a plan of
I
building.
don't know, man. 'Cause I think there's a lot of people that don't want to have kids anymore.
But what's the best
And
way?
if you, because they're already doing that, right, through our nutrition, through all the GMO and the bioengineered shit that they
Social
put in
media,
our feed.
social media, bro.
So yeah, social media, your phone in your pocket with the
Wi-Fi.
wireless frequency is fucking with your sperm count or whatever. So they're already doing it. It's already hard to have kids, but people are also realizing that it's way too goddamn expensive to have kids.
For
And
me,
if you're not really raising your kids because you have to be at work, so what's raising your kids? Your fucking iPads or
the school.
the school system. So people are very tired and they don't want to have kids. For me, honestly, would I love to have kids? Yes, but I want to have time to educate my kids, to have have memories with them. I don't want 2 days of the week to spend time with them. No, that's fucked up.
And
And
this is my problem. Thank God my girlfriend has a lot more time. I don't know what I would do without her. So I gotta give her a special thanks. I don't know if she's gonna listen to this podcast, but I work so much. I go see my kid. I don't have energy to do a lot of shit.
exactly.
And then I still want to do other stuff, and it's choosing. And then changing the subject a little.
Maybe
out
before
there.
you change the subject, let me just, because there was a point to what I was saying, is that people are getting so tired and they're realizing that, shit, why have a kid? And like, the machine needs slaves to continue, working, feeding the system, giving their energy in exchange, energy and time in exchange for dollars, and paying taxes. So, when with them putting all this shit in our food, people realizing that, fuck, why have kids? If I have kids, I can't live life. I'm not living
Enjoying
life now. So if I have kids, it's gonna get even worse. So I think governments are like realizing that if we don't have slaves to run the system, what's gonna happen? So I think it could go either way. Either their plan to like not making people like give people the ability to procreate, but then what's gonna feed the machine?
Well, I'm just gonna. We're gonna get back into that one, but before I say anything else, right? So there was this UFC fighter, the champion, the one that beat Conor McGregor. I forgot. I think he's Russian or something. Khabib,
Khabib?
bro. He says something so freaking like smart because to me that's very smart. And I reposted on Instagram. He said, "So you work a lot, right? I'm just gonna reframe it in my own words. You work a lot. Who's raising your kids? You the teacher, right? You don't know if he's a good person or not. He has an idea, and he's gonna implement those ideas in his classroom.
Right, and
He's gonna
who's
feed
giving the teacher the ideas to teach in the classroom?
either he's getting it from himself because we see a lot of stuff being pushed into classroom now that we didn't see it when we were being raised.
Yeah, for
When
sure.
we were in school, it was about learning and improving, right? Now we see a lot of teachers pushing their own agenda into kids, and he said it.
Yeah.
He said it. Like, your kid is spending 8 hours in a classroom, and you don't know who's really raising them because you don't know that person.
And did you know that in most countries, the the not the agenda, the curriculum that the teachers get comes from the government.
I
And if
didn't
you
know
break down like the word government,
that. Govern.
govern meant, which I think meant is like the the root word comes from Latin, which is your mind. Govern your mind.
Have you? Then this crazy idea. I watch a post, right? Supposedly, every word you said has a meaning and brings the energy through the day, right? So, good
Yeah, that's a
morning,
good topic too.
good morning.
Mm-hmm.
You
Who
know,
are
if
you
you pay
mourning?
attention to what it means in the other sense, right? What
Mm-hmm.
does it bring? Like, there's hidden meaning to certain words in English.
Yeah,
Supposedly, I don't know if it is true, but
there's a theory saying that the English word is based on spells.
it sounds like it.
So like, why do you spell a word? Because you're casting a spell. Good morning. What are you mourning?
Yeah. That I gotta look up the video because it goes down and breaks down a lot of words that I
Mm-hmm.
never paid attention,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like,
Yeah,
why?
it even you know who I got that from? I think it was Jeremy Griff.
I don't know who that is.
He's genius, man. He's younger than us, but like the stuff that comes out of that guy's mouth is like, one day, man, if you're listening to us, love to meet you, man. But yeah, he goes into like the the word too, and I think there's the Black Laws Dictionary,
Oh,
which is
that
like,
one I saw something about it. I
I
never
have it.
even
I
heard.
bought it. I bought it.
Oh, you did? I never even heard of it. I thought it was BS until this guy starts going about the definitions of what a human is, what a
Exactly.
corporation is. I'm like,
I think it's the same guy.
it's an older guy, right?
No, no, no,
No, no.
no.
This guy
No,
it was an
he's
older
young.
guy from Canada
Hmm.
because he was saying how like the dictionary we have and what
It's not
lawyers
right.
is so different.
It's not like what the court uses to judge you.
Because human becomes a whole other thing.
Yeah.
And like the word corporation, human resources, and everything, once you look at that dictionary, it's freaking insane what
Yeah.
you really find.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is stuff that some people are not going to like what we're talking about because they don't understand it.
Yeah.
But it's just
Yeah. Always keep an open mind.
people fear what they don't understand. That's why you have to have more knowledge. It sounds crazy, a lot of this stuff, but if you pay attention through history, hundreds of years later, you find out crazy stuff that you think it was impossible. Like, I'm going to shoot this one very, very religiously, and a lot of people are not going to like it. The Catholic Church has a very bad history, but people tend not to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, through years, man, if you look at the history of the popes had orgies. The popes done some horrible things. The popes had more sex than the kings. And why nobody talks about it? Nobody bats an eye. You're gonna tell me they're not doing that nowadays?
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna raise some eyebrows. Some people are gonna start hitting on me, and the misconception is that a man was sent by God. No, God didn't choose this guy. It was a bunch of other guys in a building. That's what the thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the Bible, it talks about false prophets.
Yeah.
I don't know. You gotta really realize that God is an entity. I think God is something we don't really understand.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't tell me that a man is gonna have the power and the message of God when you see they're in gold robes with gold stuff, a lot of riches, wealth around them, and then they tell you to give money to the poor and they don't do anything to help. That's the biggest bullshit I ever heard. And if people believe this, I'm sorry, but you really have to wake up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's they don't practice what they preach.
Nah, but that's where I don't want to get into this one, but that'll be another topic. That's where if you read the Bible, it'll give you a lot of stuff. I listen to the Bible, and it's a very complicated book
Mm-hmm.
because it talks in metaphors.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think the Bible is not what it used to be. This book has been changed to give power to the governments through the centuries.
Oh, for sure.
Time.
Yeah, to take power away from the people and give it to the hierarchies, the kings of the time, the popes, the
Yeah,
governments.
that's
Yeah,
where
it's not the original translation that.
no, and nowhere in the Bible I really think it talks about the Pope. And the ones I read,
No,
nowhere talks
I
about Pope.
I think it's pope. It's a new concept
Yeah, they did.
because Christianity only happened after the Bible was written.
Yeah, but if you think about it, right, and this one is just me, the Bible talks about the end of times, the beginning of times,
Mm-hmm.
prophecies
Mm-hmm.
about things that are gonna happen. Never talks about a new church that's gonna be the light of the world. It talks
Yeah.
about a church that's gonna deceive the world.
Mm-hmm.
Never talks about it. That's just my opinion. Why you gotta really listen to it. Never talks about Pope how it's gonna lead people into freedom.
Yeah.
But just saying,
Yeah.
pointing it out there because if we go down that path, it's gonna be so much stuff through this.
You know, to some, I think religion makes them a better person, but I think religion is very divisive. I think it's just one more thing that divides humanity.
I think through history, man, people have used religion to commit the most horrible crimes in history.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I believe in God. Did I say I'm religious? No, because I feel religion just divides you and puts you into, oh, you're not as good as me because you don't believe in this, instead of
Mm-hmm.
teaching you or trying to teach them what you believe and
Mm-hmm.
understand what they believe so you can grow. And
Yeah.
it's used as a tool just to divide.
Right. No. Yeah. I think religion and spirituality are two different things, because religion is that that group's point of view, and they're trying to conform your mind to it. So it's not really a personal experience. But spirituality, on the other hand, is a personal experience with God or with the unknown. I, I I think spirituality is more important if it makes you a better person, more important than religion.
Yeah, I think religion just is a tool. I do believe in God. I do believe in a lot of stuff, but I think it's a tool just to control the masses.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you see now, uh, people that claim they are chosen by God, the amount of power they have is insane.
Mm-hmm.
They, I don't know if you've seen this guy asking that he needed money for a new private jet or whatever.
Yeah.
It's sad, dude.
Yeah.
And I believe it was never in the Bible. I want riches for myself, but I don't want to take it from the people for the wrong cause. But I have met people that are like that in real life, like
Mm-hmm.
eye to eye, that they use God to deceive people.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say names because they might be watching.
Yeah.
But it's sad, man. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
I think a bigger for me is like if I use God for something that is so selfish, like to sleep with women, that's messed up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pay a big price at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, I believe in God too, but excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. But I think everything we were taught is wrong. I don't think we know half of a percent of what's really going on.
We don't.
Like
man.
I've thought about it. It's like shit. Is it possible that maybe we live in a simulation? It's possible. But if we live in a simulation, who created the people that's running the simulation, right? So I think there still has to be a God.
It's just I think we don't understand, and the answer is so simple. Sometimes the answers are right in front of you, but you don't understand them
Mm-hmm.
because you want to make. Well, you think everything is so complicated. It's easier to believe there is a simulation out there. It's easier to believe there are aliens out there than to believe there is a God that created things
Mm-hmm.
for a purpose,
Mm-hmm.
for something
I
greater.
think regardless which route you take, if there's aliens, no aliens, if it's a simulation or not a simulation, there's still somebody or a higher force or an intelligent being that created everything.
Or ChatGPT.
Well, ChatGPT will be running the simulation,
Yeah.
but who created ChatGPT?
Somebody else. But that's where it comes so complicated. I do not believe in the Big Bang that everything comes from nothing. No, you gotta have something. Doesn't really make sense, you know.
Because the individual, the intelligent force, has got to be outside of this, right? Because the man that created the computer is not in the computer. He's not susceptible to the laws of the computer. He's outside of that.
But
So God is outside of the laws of
time,
space, and
everything.
physics.
That's how crazy. But I don't know if it is if I'm right or
Which would be the
incorrect.
definition. If we're in a simulation, will be the definition of somebody that created the simulation. Right?
Yeah. But if you think about it, there's a part in the Bible, I don't remember, that if it is my mind making it, or I think I heard it from somebody else, that one day for a God is 1,000 days for us, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So through history, dude, I believe we as a species are millions of years. I don't know what to tell you, because it comes a whole idea about the Garden of Eden. When you read the Bible, there were already humans out there.
Mm-hmm.
But people think we just come from Adam and Eve, and I do not agree with that. I think Adam and Eve are a different species.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you read the Bible, there's little things, right, that he kicked him out of the Garden of Eden and whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So after the garden, there's a little part where it talks that there makes it look like there were already humans out there. There were already people out there, but they were different. They were special. That means they were created by God. And I think that's where, through the Bible, right, it comes the lineage of Adam, and then it comes David, and then Jesus from the same bloodline. So that means there is something in DNA wise different to certain people in the world. That's my point.
That's interesting.
That's my take on it. And
Yeah.
then from there, bro, there's another part in the Bible to me is very interesting. It talks about the giants, right? How the giants are the sons of angels with women.
Yeah.
But people don't want to understand it. There's proof of it. And my girlfriend is from Peru. She sent me videos of freaking skulls like this they had there. Why can't you believe something like so simple?
Yeah, the Nephilim, fallen.
And then the Book of Enoch, bro. That's a very interesting book.
Yeah.
But you know,
it makes you question, like, when
life
you talk about the
itself.
Bible too, is like, why did they take out so many books out of the Bible? They don't want you reading it.
No, because remember what we talk about. Knowledge is power, and if you understand things, you're gonna think different.
Yeah.
But who controls that? People in power, governments. A lot of civilizations through time, I think, have changed the Bible for their own reasons. They have taken books because they don't want people smart.
Yeah.
Remember, what was in, I forgot when, medieval times, only the Pope or the people that were approved by the Pope could read the Bible. Why? The book was supposed to be, like, they could read it.
Yeah.
They couldn't. They had the idea that you had to be a certain position in government and in life, and that's the biggest BS. And that's where I could give misinformation.
Yeah.
So it's sad. If you were a peasant back then, you couldn't. But imagine how many people thought were shown the wrong stuff. They couldn't think.
Yeah.
And that's where that book comes from. Outwitting the devil. Fear, bro. Because what they used to teach you in the medieval times, fear. Fear of doing this, fear of this.
You know what? Sometimes I think that fear feeds the machine. Because fear takes your energy away, and then the only thing you focus about is survival.
Well, that's what that book, Outwitting the Devil, says. In plain words, it says fear is the devil's work. I'm reading it, bro, and he always comes to that fear. Because
remember that movie in Disney, Monsters?
Oh yeah, that's the
where they
fear.
scare the little kids, and then the fearometer or whatever is what feeds their world.
Yeah. Oh man, Disney is something else, bro. There's a lot of theories about Disney that are very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Like that one about the Monster Inc. How the fear feeds everything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, what moves people more than anything? Fear,
Right.
pain. That's what makes you change.
Yeah, your basic survival
Instinct.
instincts.
What makes you change is if you have a bad experience, something is painful, and you have that feeling right here. And even I'm gonna give you a simple example. A simple. Once you get a hangover with tequila, you don't want to drink tequila again because it brings bad memories. Same thing, and I think that same thing works with pain and fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's one thing I don't want my son to grow up with fear.
Mm-hmm.
Caution is different. Fear is something I don't, because after I listened to the book on Spotify, right? I Within the Devil. I love that book
Mm-hmm.
because it has a lot of knowledge. I don't think I'm ready to really understand them fully
Yeah.
because, like you said, sometimes in life you get the messages, but you're not ready to understand it.
And I think books are very unique because you can read the same book 4 or 5 times and you get 4 or 5 different messages.
Exactly.
It really depends. It really depends what message you need at that time.
So what I'm gonna really say with this, right, is that fear in that book is everything. Fear is everything. Defeats, like you said, the machine. So the devil, right? The devil's work is fear, because in the Bible it doesn't talk about fear, and I never realized it. Supposedly, um, this guy Napoleon Hill interviews the devil. I wonder if he really did, because the way it talks and sounds, or he made a persona. But the information this persona in his mind had, it's very interesting. It
Yeah.
talks about drifting, talks about the food you eat, and fear is just the thing that the devil holds in his hands. And when we go to church, what do people teach us? Fear, right? If you do this, you're gonna go to hell. If you have too many wives, you're gonna go to hell.
Why do you think that is? Because in the Bible, what they mentioned fear how many times? Was it one time or something like that? Or
It's all about being brave, believe in
then-
God, don't
and
be
then-
afraid.
you go and then you go to church and it's all fear mongering.
Exactly. So that's why in that book it talks that his biggest servants are the people in church, because they show you, they teach you about fear. And who are his biggest enemies? The people that think. And that book is just, it opened my eyes, and I give special thanks to Pedro Sculion about it.
Yeah.
He's the one that talked about it and pointed it out.
Yeah.
So a book like that, it kind of shakes your foundation, because you come from seeing things as careful, having fear. You use it supposedly, but actually it feeds the opposite.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you gotta do what you gotta do in life. You're gonna fail.
Yeah.
You're gonna fail. You're gonna learn.
Yeah. Bro, this has been pretty natural. It's just been flowing, but we haven't picked a topic.
Sure. We
How
done?
long has it been?
Let me see the camera. I'll tell you right now.
I'm gonna check mine.
42 minutes.
Jesus.